Hi girls and guys, it's Mr. Tracky and we're on the right track. Patch 107 was released yesterday, and whilst it had some well needed fixes for Call of Duty World War II, there was a bunch of things that I thought I'd see in this patch that I didn't, which left me really disappointed. Now for anyone really curious as to what was in the patch note, I'm going to link them down in the description down below, but today I'm going to go through the top 5 things I think should have been fixed in patch 107. Now I will have a few honourable mentions just at the end after I've done the top 5, and also I would love your input on this, guys, so let's get into them. So at number 5, I'm gonna go with hardcore kill confirmed here, and the reason I'm going for it is because I played a hell of a lot of hardcore in Black Ops 3. It's predominantly all I played, and for me, kill confirm has been in this game for a good number of years now. I believe it came across to us in Modern Warfare 3, and for me it's just a game mode that should have been included in the game by default. So hardcore kill confirm is going to come in at number 5. At number 4, I'm going to cheat a little bit here and I'm going to amalgamate the two. Domination should be 75 points at least. I would just leave it at the 100 that it's always been. I've never personally found a problem with it, but I know a lot of people complain that people just come in for kills and streaks. So 75 would be a decent compromise in my opinion. 50 just seems far too low, and tacking on TDM definitely in my opinion needs to be 100 kills. You can't get any of the bigger streaks realistically unless you are abusing the hell out of something like Ordnance. And when you're playing with strong players, like when I play with my clan, there's no point even going for bigger streaks because we're just all fighting for kills. And even this 35 kill contract, you just can't do it because you haven't got the time. So 100 kills for TDM also. At number 3 is a sprint to ADS buff. It is well needed. A lot of complaints from the community about this game is that it plays pretty slow and it's pretty campy, and that's because anyone who was a rusher, and that's a lot of the community, especially when you look at what influence YouTube has had on Call of Duty. A lot of people like to rush. It's the addiction that Call of Duty has given people. That's why people have got reloaditis, because they love to run, kill somebody, reload, go for the next kill. And that's what's part of the adrenaline rush in Call of Duty, especially for myself. I've always been a rusher. Anyone that's been around with my channel for long enough will know, anytime you've seen me play any other Call of Duty, I run balls to the wall and I don't stop. And I do get penalised a lot in this game for rushing. So I definitely believe that the sprint to ADS definitely needs a drastic buff, and quick draw just definitely needs to work as it has done in other Call of Duties. Coming in at number 2 is the health regen. Now it's really frustrating because you can get into a gunfight with multiple people on this game, and once you've been tagged, it's game over. Even when you try and run away, you're dying. So it's really hard to get multi-kills and quad feeds because of that very reason, because once you start shooting at one person and you get tagged by another and there's another person, it's almost like a guaranteed death. And I know people have complained about the spawns and the maps and stuff, but I believe a lot of the deaths that you actually get from this game is the inability to take out someone even when you're injured, because the health regen is just that slow in Call of Duty World War II. And coming in at number 1, drum roll please, you've probably already guessed, it's the sniping. The quick scoping is just absolute capital B, capital S in this game. Now there's no way in God's earth you should come up against a sniper rifle that is 2 meters away from you and you lose when you're using a shotgun or a SMG. And I can't believe Sledgehammer still haven't addressed this problem, and I don't know who they are trying to satisfy, because I know the percentage of snipers against everyone that uses ARs, SMGs, shotguns and so forth is minimal. So who are they really trying to satisfy here? Because it's not the majority in my opinion. And you should be using a particular weapon to be able to win gunfights at a particular distance, and a sniper rifle is traditionally for long range engagements. Now quick scoping is not something that I'm totally against, and it does take a degree of skill, but not in this game. That's my problem. In Black Ops 1, perfect. In Black Ops 3, it was still perfect. It took a degree of skill, and if you killed me quick scoping in those 2 games, then more power to you. Honourable mentions, score streaks. A few of them definitely could do with a buff. The paratroopers, for what they cost, they could go on so much more of a tear. The ball turret gunner, the recoil on it's a bit ridiculous, and I think it should last a little bit longer. Footsteps, in my opinion, need a nerf. You sound like you're running around the maps with tap dancing shoes, and it's just so annoying. They're far too loud. Definitely need turning down. Guys, in the comment section, give me your personal top 5 things that should have been fixed. It'll be very interesting to see what your opinions are, and if there's anything I've actually missed off the list that you would have liked to have seen. So thank you for watching, guys, and as always, there's many buttons you could hit, but a like and subscribe button, I hope they took your fancy, and as always, guys, don't forget to stay on the right track.